نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي.
In the last lesson we covered fi and min. We also looked at one special case of joining min with the first person singular pronoun. A Nuni Wakaya was introduced to resolve issue between Nuni Sakin of min and Ya Sakin of first person pronoun. In this lesson we will be looking at changes in three prepositional particles, an, ila and ala. We will also be using Nuni Wakaya when an is used with the first person pronoun. Our first particle for this lesson is an. The meaning of an is from. Remember that min also has the same meaning. However, there is a difference between them. We use min whenever we want to mention about a place. For example, from Makkah. Therefore, we use min Makkah. But an will be used when you make a reference to a person. For example, from Umar. Then we will use an Umar. When an is applied to the third person masculine pronoun, it will become anhu, anhuma, anhum. And when it is applied to the third person feminine pronoun, it will become anha, anhuma, and anhunna. Hu, huma, hum, and hunna, those rule not will apply. You can see the application of an mostly in hadith. You can see that the narration mentioned two persons, Abdullah and Umar radiallahu. Tells you that two persons are mentioned here. We normally use these phrases when we want to show respect to both of them and want to send blessing on them. So in most of the hadiths you will see these kind of phrases. The second example shows use of the third person feminine where something is referenced from Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. Therefore anha is used here. An when applied to the second person pronoun will join with the pronouns and take the shape of anka, ankuma, ankum, anki, ankuma, ankunna. And finally, an would join with the first person singular and dual and plural pronouns. We covered min in the last lesson where we introduced an additional noon in between noon sakin of min and ya sakin of first person pronoun. An will behave exactly as min, therefore the first person pronoun would become anni and the dual and plural will stay as anna. Our second particle for this lesson is ila. Ila can join with the third person pronouns, will become then ilayhi. It changes to ilayhi because the rules of hu, huma, hum, hunna would apply, so it will become ilayhi. When it's joined with huma, then it will become ilayhima, ilayhim, ilayha, and ilayhima, and ilayhinna. Now you can also see that the dagger alif can be replaced with the dagger alif here, or it can be simply written as a fatha. So they both are acceptable forms of writing the ilay. Now when ila joins with the second person pronoun, it will become ilayka, ilaykuma, ilaykum, ilayki, ilaykuma, ilaykunna. Ila can be applied to the first person pronoun. It will become then ila with sakin ya, and that would then join together to bring, because it's a sakin ya here and there is another vibration, so that would become then with a shadda, and then the last one would be ilayna. Now you can see the application of this ilayna in Surah Al-Ghashiyah from verse 25 to 26, where it says that inna ilayna iyabahum thumma inna alayna hisabahum. This verse talks about we are answerable to Allah for whatever we do here in this world. Our third and the last particle for this lesson is ala. Ala when applies to the who, it will become alayhi, alayhima, alayhim, alayha, alayhuma, and alayhunna. These rules are applied here. You can see it that alahu is changing to alayhi, Alahuma is changed to alayhima. Alahum is changed to alayhim. Alaha is changed to alayha. Alahuma is changed to alayhima. Alahunna is changed to alayhinna. When ala applies on the second person pronoun, it becomes alayka, alaykuma, alaykum, alayka, alaykuma, and alaykunna. When applied on the first person pronoun, then you can see here that ala, when joined with the ya sakin, it will become with the shadda here. And then when applied on the jul and plural case, it becomes alayna. And you can see again the application of that one in the Surah Al-Ghashiyah, same verses, which is verses 25 to 26. And you can see it's written here, which say, Inna alayna hisabahum. Now with this lesson, our phrasal topic is finished. Before we conclude this lesson, I want to talk about an important thing here, which was not possible during the introduction of Ghair Munsarif noun. We talked about the Ghair Munsarif or partially declinable nouns do not accept kasra and jar case. But there are few exceptions to this rule. One of the exceptions is discussed earlier, that whenever a Ghair Munsarif noun or partially declinable noun start with al, then it does accept the kasra and jar case. The second exception can be seen here. See 5 different examples of the word and mix of phrases. So Masajidullah is for the Mosque of Allah. And the second example, the construction is indefinite genitive phrase. Due to its partial declinable nature, it will not accept kasra like the first case. And the third example, the word a definite noun, where it is used as mudafi ilay. Within the construction, mudafi ilay has to take kasra as it has a preceding al. So it is the first exception we have learned before. Now the fourth example is an extended genitive phrase. We say the doors of Mosque of Allah. For doors we can write abwabun. For mosque we can write masajidu. For Allah we can write Allahu. So when you join it together, wabu masajidillahi. Now the last example we'll say in the Mosque of Allah is an extended phrase. For Mosque of Allah we can say masajidullahi. We can use the word fi. So when fi applies on masajidullahi, it will become fi masajidillahi. In the second last example, masajidu is in mudaf and mudaf ilayh together and has to bear both the attributes. In the last construction, it is mudaf, so between both construction, the common is mudaf position of. Therefore, the partial declinable noun goes to jar due to 2 reasons. The first reason that it is used as mudaf ilayh, then it will take kasra when preceded by al. Second reason is that if Ghair Munsarif is used as mudaf and mudaf ilayh, then due to mudaf ilayh, it will also go into a jar case. So far we have looked at phrases and they were incomplete sentences. In the next lesson we will be looking at the complete sentences called as nominal sentences. So inshallah I will see you there.
Subhanahu wa bihamdihi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati wa hasanatan wa qina adhabun nar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.